Okay, we're on to the next part, the refried beans for the week. I've chosen a can of pinto beans, and for a family of 4, which is what I am, well, I've used 2 29-ounce cans of beans. Another thing you need to know, guys, is you got to have a calendar. The reason why we use the calendar and the refried beans is because we have to rinse the beans out of the can. If we don't, we're going to leave too much of the acid in the can, and that's going to promote a lot of farting, and that's something we just don't want in the family. And I've learned this through the trial and error of not rinsing the beans. The next item I like to use is garlic. And again, I just want to make sure I'm using it to saute the onions just to give a little bit of flavor. I'm not going to be using a lot of garlic, but it definitely adds a good kick. The next item is oregano. It's a staple in Mexican food, and it's something that adds good nutritional value, and it's a good spice to use overall for all Mexican food. The other spice I like to use is garlic salt. Again, we're not using regular salt, we're using some garlic salt just again for the flavor and the texture. The final ingredient is the red onion. Good nutritional value, vitamin C, and again, it's not to be used or overused too much. We're just going to use it to saute the garlic and to add into the refried beans. And this is the ingredients we're going to use for the refried beans this week. Okay, we're back again, and what we're going to do next is the base refried beans for the week. And I've chosen to use 4 cans of the larger cans. Again, guys, if you're just cooking for the day or for the evening, 1 can is plenty to feed a family of 4. I'm using the beans for the rest of the week. Once we make the refried beans, refrigerate them. They can last the full week, and since we're making Mexican food for the month of June, it's important to have enough beans around the house as well as the tortillas and salsa that we've made already. We're going to put the beans in the calendar, and we talked about this the last time, guys. It's important to rinse the beans, so we're going to make sure we rinse all the bean juice out, because these beans have been sitting in the can. They kind of have a little bit of a syrup at the bottom, and we do not want that in our refried beans. I want to prep the beans with a little bit of oregano. I'm also going to throw in a bay leaf. It doesn't hurt with bay leaves. I'm just going to go ahead and use my hands, mix in this oregano. I'm going to take some garlic salts. I'm going to take a couple slices here. Cut it, we're going to chop it fine. Okay, so our beans have been mixed with a little bit of garlic salt, a little bit of oregano. I finally chopped a red onion, and I've got some minced garlic here. I want to put the garlic into a pan. I'm using a slightly larger pan. And then I'm going to take my red onion. Got about that much level of water, whatever can you're using of beans. You've rinsed out the beans, you prep the beans. In terms of how much water to use for refried beans, just make sure that you can see the water present in the pan. That usually gives you a good indication how much water you need. To refry the beans, you need a masher. I call this a masher. I don't know what it's called. What do you guys call this? This is what we use. We use the thingy to mash the beans, right? Yeah. So you want to come over here and help me? Go ahead and get your stool. Okay, we have the beans now in the pot, and got the masher in our hand, ready to do the mashing, which is the refried process. We wait for the beans to come to a boil and a simmer, and as you can see, we've got all the ingredients now to have beans for the week. And just like anything that they call the masher, this is what we do. We mash. So I'm going to go ahead and let my head chef here do some mashing for us. Keep it in the pan. There you go. In the pan. That's it. Good job. Good job. Keep it in the pan. There you go. Like in there. There you go. That's it. Push up a couple spots. Go all the way around. And we can start with the prepping of our Monday meal.